TMJ thing.
So he said, he asked, do I have trouble chewing? Yes.
Hmm.
And I think my voice has even changed.
Does it also affect your sinuses? I noticed that with TMJ with Jaws that every
So
once in a while the sinuses are.
I should find, well, I don't know if I will. But I'm supposed to go to, I think, tomorrow for, over to the doctors for a thorough examination.
Uh-huh.
They're supposed to come with some kind of a vehicle from the hospital and take me
Oh,
over there.
well, there you go.
That's what I've been told. And I don't know because I thought it was coming, but
Hold on, let me help you.
in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, there we
But
go.
now well, that's tomorrow.
That's
Oh,
tomorrow.
it is? I said, no,
Here's your
it's
spoon.
not tomorrow. Yes, it is tomorrow.
Let's get this out of the way.
So I don't argue, but things are happening that, now I put my light on quite some time ago.
Mm-hmm.
They came and they set me up,
Mm-hmm.
and they tell me don't get up. So that's what she did. And then she left. And I sat here. And I sat here. I thought, what the heck does she think? She put me in the bathroom. I
Right.
was
If you gotta go.
still waiting.
Right.
And well, I sat her long enough. I put the light on again. And she came in and she said, you gotta go to the bathroom again? I just took you. I said, no, you didn't. Yes, I did. No, you didn't. So we were arguing about that. I said things to her when I was coming back from the bathroom last time, and she said, well, do you remember saying them? I said, yes, I do. But that was last time, not this,
Uh-huh.
not that she had just brought me back and I said that.
Right.
She said, I brought you back here in the last half hour. And I said, I don't know where in the hell I was.
I told her, well, at least my kidneys are working. That's a plus. They brought, this is ice water today, not tea.
Yeah.
So we can put those grapes in the sandwiches in a baggie if you want them later.
And
We can put the grapes and the sandwiches in a baggie for later.
I'll have one of them. Where the heck are they?
The sandwich or the grapes?
Great.
There's a whole bunch right here on the plate. I put about 5 of them there and put the rest. The rest I kept in a bowl.
Well, these are just little ones.
Yeah.
I don't think I like these.
Yeah, they're all about the same size.
I think this is the kind Dad likes.
Ah, the purple ones?
I forget what they're called. He liked the black ones. And
Concord.
Babe likes the black ones.
Okay.
I never did like them.
No, I like the greens. And even with the green and even with the different colors, it has to have I like the sweet smell. Sometimes you get it and they're tart.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you get the right taste, they're really good.
Well, they're hard to snap that skin and give them.
Well, that too. That's why I asked if you would choke. Like a baby, for example, can't eat grapes. I found that out once with a friend of mine's child in Green Bay. We were at Bay Beach, and they said, "Can you watch our baby while we take the other kids on a ride?" I said, "Sure, I can." Years and years ago. So I sat in the grass with this little boy who was about a year, 15 months. And I didn't think nothing of it. I gave him grapes. I gave him some grapes. The next thing I know, he was choking at the ground, and I patting his back, and I wasn't getting it out at first. And somehow I got it out because I didn't have to call for help. But boy, I was kind of worried. I thought, do I want to tell the parents that I just did this, or do I not? Like, now he's breathing, but I never gave a child grapes after that, unless they were quite a bit older. I learned a good lesson that day that I should have known because of my own kids.
Now, they're tough and they're. Well, Dad liked them, but that's it. So. In fact, he used to get them in a wooden basket. They're about this long. It was shaped oblong like that.
Uh-huh.
And they had the blue grapes in them.
Uh-huh.
And I think it was Babe that liked them. I never. You can take them too. why I told her, don't take this. I might want to wrap something up,
Right?
and I might not. That's
I was tempted to bring my little dog to visit you. I was tempted to bring my little tiny dog to visit you,
well,
but I didn't know if I was allowed.
I thought of that.
I should ask.
I thought of that.
I'm going to ask them when I leave if I can tomorrow. Because there may be dog allergies here.
Well, they have a big black one. That's
Do they? So I said if they have another one, maybe if you are carrying it and you bring her straight here and you're not around other people, it might be okay.
Well, that big black one is, oh my gosh, he's about that high.
Yeah, he may be the emotional support animal for the whole facility.
Because he was very well mannered
Uh-huh.
here. And the woman who was with him said, he's not like that at home.
Oh.
She said, they made banana bread. And he took care of it. 4 loaves. Before it was really cold. So she said, he doesn't obey.
Mm-hmm.
A nice big dog. When he came in here, he came over and I patted him.
Mm-hmm. Now that's been many years ago, so now this puppy is probably old age, but many years ago, one of my puppies went to a nursing home in Newberry as their animal for the nursing home. And I heard later from the director how smart that dog was, but she said that whenever one of their residents, and it was getting close that they were going to pass, somehow she said that dog would know and would stick close to that person and want to sleep next to that person. And usually when the dog did that, that person, and it was, she said how strange it was that the dog seemed to pick up on it.
Mm-hmm.
But now, and I think of that nursing home because I wonder if that old dog is still alive. It's got to be one of Willow's first puppies, one of the first ones. He'd be old right now. He'd probably be 10, 11.
Soothing.
They are. That's why I wondered, like, I can see a place having it, but then you have to have someone who's able to take him out to the bathroom and clean up after him. Even if you're already cleaning up after other people, it might not be the best to have.
Sis brought down some more of my towels today.
Oh, did she? Your embroidered towels?
They're way up in the top.
Okay. So now you got one if every person visits.
Well, I've got lots of them now, but I don't know if there would be enough for all the grandchildren.
Right.
But there's some that are 10 in a set that could be broken into 5.
Right.
And I don't know if the boys want them even.
I don't know. Sissy, I'm sure would. Margaret, I told Margaret, I said, you are a very special girl. I said, do you know that great-grandma is making you a baby quilt with her embroidery? I said, and she said she knows you will keep it forever. You know what Margaret answered? She said, we just made her cry. She was so touched at the thought that you would do that for her.
I am.
That she said not only will she keep it forever, it made her cry at just thinking how special that was. So
Yeah,
it was her answer.
Well,
She was very touched by that.
I won't be able to be here for. That's the next generation.
That's the next generation. I hope you get to see her or him. Yes, I don't know if it's a boy or girl. I hope you do. But yeah, you might be like me and old Grandpa Kraus, where there might be a picture, but not a memory. That's the next generation. That's what happens. But that was your first great one.
Yeah.
And then I bet you next would be Caitlin. I bet you your next great-great-grandchild will be after Caitlin gets married. I bet you she'll be the next one.
But I would have
Jody will be the next grandma. John first. That's my prediction, at least.
I would have to live till after New Year's
Right.
and I don't really want to.
You don't want to live to be 100? You got 4 more years left to have that. Just think how big your birthday cake's going to be with 100 candles on it.
Yeah, to blow my teeth out. No, I'm not. Not in misery.
No, not when you know Grandpa's waiting for you on the other
Yeah,
side.
that's right.
And you know he is. I'm sure he's sitting in that bed right now, just waiting for you. And you know what? I bet you he doesn't look like how I remember him. I bet you he looks like he did when you guys first got married.
Well, that's with the statue there.
Yeah.
I talked to that.
Well, yeah.
The chair is empty, but I know who should be there.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure he didn't leave you. Just like I knew when he said his mom and Kim came to see him in the hospital, I thought, those would be the two that you are missing the most, and I could see him doing it. And I think there will come a point where you might even see him.
So, but no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to. After you get 95, then you really go downhill.
Do you?
I don't know where that's coming from. That doesn't ever so often.
How old were you?
Hmm?
That's the door. When you leave, there's a code that you punch in to leave. But if you don't know the code or you're not thinking and you just push it, that's that alarm. Because I've set it off until finally I had to ask them what the code was because I didn't want to keep setting it off. So that's what that is.
Oh well.
How old were you when you walked the bridge? The bridge wires when they decided they were going to take all the wood off.
I can't hear you.
Remember when they decided they were going to take all the planks of wood off the bridge?
Yeah.
And you decided you would walk the cables because they weren't going to tell you what you could and couldn't walk to?
Oh, that was.
Remember that?
That was within the. Of course,
Time goes by.
Dad was still alive.
Yep. Do you know how old you were?
It's got to be over 12 years.
Yeah.
And it wasn't
Were you in your 70s or 80s?
maybe 15 years ago.
Right. Would you say you were in your 70s or in your 80s when you did that?
Well, 95 or 96. No, 75 or so.
Okay. I still can't believe you did that. That was I applauded you for that. I thought that was just awesome, Grandma. I'm sorry. They might have complained about it, but I said, I'm just like Grandma. I wouldn't let somebody tell me what I could or couldn't do either. And I think that was very brave to walk the cables the way it was.
Yeah, and, well, I said to Dad, let's go across on the cables.
Uh-huh.
And he said, well, can you? I said, can you? And they thought I'd get there better than he would. We made it. They watched us through the window to see
Who'd fall first?
if we were going to get there.
I'm not sure I'd have been brave enough to walk the cables, but if someone had told me not to and then took the planks off besides, I would have been stubborn enough to try it. I know I would have. So yes, I remember that. I applauded you and said, good for Grandma. Go, Grandma.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's with me. If somebody tells me I can't do it, I can.
Yeah, don't tell me what I can or
Makes
can't.
me mad, kind of.
Yes.
When they told
I'm
me-
sure that was like with my mom's name. When you found out that Ruth was going to name her baby Linda, I bet you were like, I thought of that name first. That's my name.
Well, that's right.
That's right.
I don't know when they told me at the nursing home in Powers, when Dad wanted to come home, you can't take care of him. He can't go home. And he wanted to.
Right.
And after they told me that a few times, I said, nobody tells me what I want to do.
Right.
I said, I'm taking him home. And I did. I think, well, I would say he was home for about 3 months when he died.
Yeah.
And maybe it was a year and 3 months. That I don't really remember.
I don't.
But I know he was getting worse. I know he would pee the bed. I know he would fall out of bed.
Mm-hmm.
But we took care of all that.
Well, yeah, that's all part of aging. I mean, people have to realize, we know that there's stages in life. I said people have to realize that we do know that there are stages in life.
Yeah.
You know when you're at that stage, which you got to still do, can do.
Many a nights he would be saying, quick, Mom, I'm falling out of bed. And I'd hurry around to catch him and couldn't make it and plop, he would be on the
Oh,
floor.
ouch.
Well, I couldn't help him up because I couldn't
Yes.
lift him. So I would call Lionel and he'd get up in the middle of the night and come over and get him back in bed.
You know, Uncle Lionel is quite the saint.
That Lionel even made
I mean, all of the boys are.
a thing
Uncle
that
Bob and my dad, they've all been there to help you when you've needed it. They all three of them have been very good son-in-laws to
Yeah.
you.
So that's when they talking about embarrassing and that. If you gotta pee, you gotta pee. You
Right.
can't stop it.
No, you can't, especially when you get older.
And not
I'm
only
fine.
that,
Yeah.
I know when. Well, that wasn't. I don't know when, but Grandma Jacobson told me she peed her in bed when
Hmm.
she was in the hospital. And after that, they call her pissy pants.
Oh, they should never have did that. The nurses, the hospital staff?
Yeah. Well,
Oh my goodness.
I
She was a nice woman.
What?
I don't remember Grandpa Jacobson. My mom says I should, but I just don't. But I remember Grandma Jacobson. She was a very nice woman, and so was Grandma Hyder. I don't remember. I mean Hyder, Grandma Hero. I should remember Grandpa Hero, but I don't. But I remember Grandma Hero. Both Grandma Jacobson and Grandma Hero were both very nice women.
they were related.
Were they?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Grandma Jacobson used to come down to stay at our place, and then Grandma Hero would come and get her, and they would go to somebody's house for the day,
Uh-huh.
and the two grandmas got lost over in the woods behind your ma's house.
Did
there.
they?
Well, they took the wrong road,
Oh
and
no.
they got on a strange road, and well, Grandma Hero was the driver.
Uh-huh.
And they shared a stick of gum. And they shared a little piece of candy.
While they were lost.
And they thought they were lost forever. But then, I guess, Grandma Jacobson said she would go and try to find her way out. So she left and left Grandma Hero in the woods all alone.
Oh, I never heard this story.
Well, I don't know how it came about, but they finally got a hold of somebody who came and rescued them.
The days before cell phones. That could have been a dangerous situation.
But it was a woods road, so it was no good road.
No, they go past, they must have went all the way past Slim's and stayed on one of those roads.
So it was one of them that they shouldn't have turned on, but they did.
How did Grandpa and old Slim ever become such friends?
Oh,
How did Grandpa and old Slim become such friends?
Grandpa and...
Remember Slim? He used to live behind the woods?
Oh, yeah. I still have a blanket from old Slim.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. He was a nice old fellow. Pleasant enough. But evidently he was not to be trusted too far.
Oh.
Because Tom always told me, don't you ever get in the car and leave with him.
Hmm.
He said, and that woman he was living with, he said he would trust her with his life.
Oh.
But I don't know. I don't know how come he came. But I mean, Mrs. Slim was. We used to go back there
Did you?
and visit, and then when they moved to town, we'd meet them in town and we'd visit.
I remember the grandson walking down the road to my mom's and wanting to play with us kids.
Mm-hmm.
Then he grew up, and when he was a teenager, he ran his car into the fountain down at the park. The fountain all crashed, so they had to rebuild it. And I remember when they gave the name of the person who did it, I thought, that's Slim's grandson. That's the last I heard of him.
I mean, old Slim, he had some pretty good
What was his name, Old Slim? I only knew him as Slim. What was his real name?
Oh, well, it'll come to me.
I'll have to ask my mom.
Come to me tonight, but he was always he was always gonna make me a apple strudel.
Uh-huh.
He never did.
Oh, jeez.
I really don't know what his name was. I don't.
I think at one time we knew. But I'll be darned if I can remember it anymore.
I had a heck of a time remembering her name, and I think it was Roberta.
Yeah, I don't know.
And she went by the name of Bobby.
I don't know.
No, I have it's a green woolly blanket. And when they were getting rid of stuff, they threw all that stuff in the bar. Oh, damn it. In the garbage.
Okay.
And there wasn't a hole in it. I still got it home. And that's my winter blanket.
Oh.
So, and he worked for the pipeline in Alaska.
Interesting. I never knew all that.
Quite an adventurous fellow.
I never knew that.